Okay, in 5 seconds, I want you guys to look towards your group members and smile. I know, it's kind of a weird request, but how did it make you guys feel? Well, after doing some research, I found studies that show once we receive signs of happiness and see someone smiling at us, it in turn makes us want to smile back, making us feel happy. And that is exactly what I wanted to do for my 20 Time project. I wanted to go out and bring smiles to people's faces and kind of show them a little bit of happiness. So, first I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a background story, and that will kind of explain what I chose to do for my 20 Time project. When I was in the 8th grade, my family and I found out that my uncle had cancer. And it was kind of a really long process for us, and it lasted and stretched out for 2 years. But over the course of those 2 years, he was in and out of hospitals receiving chemotherapy. And I remember every week, no matter what I was doing, I made sure to make time to go visit him. Whether it was 1 day out of the week or 2 days out of the week, I never missed my week to go and visit him. And I would just sit in there and talk to him, tell him what was going on in my life, get some advice from him, and just be there to just keep him company, especially when my aunt couldn't be there or other people in my family couldn't. But one thing that I noticed was his happiness. My uncle had always been a super funny guy. He was always cracking jokes, always trying to get people to laugh. But one thing I noticed with my visits was he just wasn't the same. He wasn't happy. He wasn't laughing. He wasn't cracking jokes. And I mean, I couldn't really blame him because he was suffering from an illness that had very bad odds, and he never knew what the day was going to bring him. And so one thing that I wanted to do was find a way to bring happiness back to him. Just do something to where he would smile, even for a second. And so when this 20 Time project got brought up, it made me think of ways that I could do stuff for patients in the hospital like him or people who are suffering from other illnesses. Something that I could do to where I could bring happiness to them or just bring a smile to their face. And so what I decided to do was make care packages. And so over Thanksgiving break, I researched the best things that I could put in these packages, the things that patients want but they can't get because they're stuck in the rooms, things that they enjoy the most. And so I went out and bought them and boxed them up. And with these boxes, I attached little inspirational notes, just showing them that people are out here supporting them, and just showing them some love. And then I went out and I distributed them among some of the patients in the hospital. And what I kind of found was both shocking and a little bit of what I was hoping for. Through all of the patients, I noticed an immediate change to their facial expressions. I saw smiles on all of their faces. They were just so grateful and gracious to receive something from a stranger, someone who didn't even know them, who was going out and giving them these gifts. And I also saw excitement. They were really excited to see what I had given them and what was in their little boxes. But I also noticed that people were asking me like why I was doing it, like what was the special occasion. And that kind of made me a little sad because it just made me realize that people, like especially these patients in the hospital, don't get things like this every day. And they don't get this constant support or love. And it just made me like realize that they need to be shown more of this. They need to be given things that will make them feel happy, especially during these really rough times that they are going through. And so that surprised me a little bit, but mostly I just saw smiles. I saw smiles on all the little kids' faces. I saw smiles on the families, the adults, everyone. And that is exactly why I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it because I wanted to see that in them. I wanted to see that happiness, and it was just really rewarding for me and them, and it made me want to go out and do it again. And I kind of had the idea of maybe getting together a group of people instead of me going by myself. Get together a group so we can make more of these packages and everyone can kind of get a feel for what it's like to give to these people. And so that is one thing that I was thinking about, and that is one thing that I kind of encourage you guys to do. You guys don't have to do this by yourself. You guys can get friends and go buy little things from the dollar store. They have really fun little gifts and things that you guys can give, and just go out and pick a local hospital or a memory care center and just go and give them to these people and just see the change that you guys can make to these people. And it's really great, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys will do the same and feel the same. Thanks.